What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trebl Top 10, where we count down the top 10 happenings in soccer. This week, we have an amazing episode for you. Keeping along with our World Cup trend, we are doing the top 10 best soccer kits ever. This includes every tournament. I went through and picked the 10 best kits all across the history of the World Cup. My name is Louie, and usually I'm joined by Mikey, but unfortunately he is not here today, but we have two special guests. We have Alan and Brendan joining for the first foray into the Trebl Top 10. If you like this video, come over here, press the little subscribe button, hit the bell right next to it to never miss out on any of the videos we post. We post a lot of different videos weekly, and you don't want to miss out. So how are you guys feeling about the World Cup?
I'm glad it's here. Been waiting for 4 long years now. I'm pumped.
I'm super excited. Ready to cheer on all the teams that I'm not involved with in any way, shape, or form. So it'll be good to just be a bystander throughout the whole process and, pick and choose the games I want teams to win.
So you don't have like a set favorite, or are you just kind of like going to play it by ear and follow a bunch of games? And
My set favorites will probably be Denmark, just because I just came from Denmark and the culture there is really excited for it.
So fickle.
But Denmark, and I like the underdogs, Iceland, of course. But other than that, I don't really have a set team. I know, I spoke with Alan's dad a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I'm speaking to a Brazilian. Oh, I want Brazil to win. And he's like, don't say that. So I'm not going to be supporting Brazil 100%, but, obviously, if I see them watching, I'm going to want them to win. So hopefully we'll see you guys maybe come away with a trophy, maybe not. Who knows?
Well, I'm happy you'll be able to help support us and support the little guys. Pretty great. With that being said, let's get back to the show. Try number 10, we have Mexico 1998. Why do I love this kit? This kit is just, A, it's fierce. That's scary. You see that, Aztec-y, face. That's scary, A. B, it really involves all the colors of Mexico, and it's very, heritage-focused. So on top of it being badass, it's very iconically Mexican, and it just stands out. Also, it's a very 90s kind of kit.
Yeah, it reminds me of the latest kind of Puma jerseys that came out, but such a sweet jersey. I love anything like that stands out from being just the plain jerseys that you're used to seeing. So, that's cool. What's the sponsor on that?
That's ABA. I have no idea who that is. But they absolutely killed it with that jersey.
Yeah, that's an awesome
I feel like this is when they found out what sublimination was about. They're like, biggest motif we can find. And I'm also surprised you picked this as number 10. I'm excited to see where the next 9 go from here.
Yeah, this is definitely a pretty good one to start with. They just look at these guys. They just look...
the whole team just looks fierce. They're just ready to compete. It's just, and with the white shorts, it provides such a great contrast with the collars too. The fact that the collars and the sleeve trim matches the shorts, it just makes it that much better in my opinion.
I feel like they really took all the attention to detail and really made it 100% Mexican.
I will say, this kit, very successful overall. It looks phenomenal, very iconically Mexican. Unfortunately, didn't really translate to success too much on the field, but not every kit's going to be a winner on and off the field, you know what I mean?
Pretty sought after, though, for collectors, I'm sure.
Definitely. At number 9, we have the 2014 France jersey. It was the only one I picked from the 2014 tournament, and the reason is it's just very classy. It's very minimalistic, but it's just very deep navy shirt base and just a white collar. It just looks to me just very classy, very elegant, very French. You know what I mean? It just flowed very well in my opinion.
It oozes French. I feel like they're all eloquently dressed. They all look like they're gonna play football, but they also look like they could be modeling for YSL or something. Yeah, exactly. It's this is our World Cup capsule collection, brought to you by France.
Yeah, it reminds me of kind of the Navy. It's just very American Navy color, very proper, super clean. Yeah, it gives them a very nice presence on the pitch.
So in that first picture we showed, they had the blue shorts. I actually prefer the kit with the white shorts because it gives that contrast with the collar, similar to the Mexican kit. But just look at how happy Pogba is to be wearing this kit. You know what I mean?
It's clearly the kit that's doing all that.
It's not about a goal or anything. It's definitely I look fabulous.
Yeah, I'm all about the solid, each piece being a different solid color and representing your flag as a whole like that. Yeah, man, man, they look fly.
Even the white logo and everything like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's just like, even though they did a minimalistic logo, they got rid of like they usually have what, like a hexagon around the cock? Cock. The chicken? Like, what do you say?
No, it is the cock.
We're not gonna say it's a chicken, like.
No, it is the cock.
Yeah, so, they don't have the hexagon over the cock.
Le coq sportif.
Like coq sportif. But no, I think it just looks good. It's very minimalistic. Nike did a killer job with it. At number 8, you have the 2010 Spain kit. Again, this is the only kit I picked from 2010, and it was a very similar thing. It's very classy, very elegant, minimalistic to an extent. There's nothing crazy about this kit. Blue shorts, red shirt, gold trim. Very nice, very beautiful red color. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird and it's kind of funny. On this list, there's a lot of kids from World Cup winning teams. I don't know if that's because they stand out more in my memory or if it's just because they had great kits. I don't think that just because a team won in a kit, it means that it was great, but there is some kind of like correlation, I guess. I think that the best touch about the whole thing is the blue shorts, and the blue shorts stand out so much to me.
Yeah, I think when I think of Spain, this is definitely the jersey that comes to my mind. So I agree with your point on that. But yeah, it's such a weird contrast because I normally wouldn't like those two colors together, but the shorts with the jersey and it just works. Just really works well.
I have to say I like the trim and everything on it, but at the same time, I feel like this could have been pegged at a little later of a number.
You think it could have been like number 10 or
it could
something?
have been number 10. But I feel you with the blue. It's not a blue you really associate with Spain, I guess. I mean, me personally. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's not so much a royal blue. It's a little bit of royal blue mixed in with a little bit of light blue. Get a little bit of play in there. Attention to detail, as always. You see the trim matching the socks and everything down to the T. So overall, not a bad pick.
That's coming from the fashion guy. So
hey, he's telling me it's a good pick. I'm good. At number 7, we actually have one of my favorite kits on this list, but I ranked it at 7. But it is the 1990 England kit. It was done by Umbro. This picture doesn't do too much justice, but the next one, you'll be able to see all the details. It's a very classy Umbro, it's a very classic Umbro little design they did. It's very beautifully English, nice and white and clean, and there's this really cool geometric pattern, so it still fits into that 90s feel on the chest. But the trim on the sleeves is really cool, and you can see how it's a patterned shirt. You can see like on the front, it's just such a classy kit. Like, I'd rock this out any day of the week, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very sought after too, for sure. Look even down to the shorts.
Even down to the shorts.
Oh, look how short those shorts are.
Yeah, they're bringing back that pattern too, like the kind of gradient, the background texturized, and I love the pattern around the sleeve. Like, that is so dope.
Yeah, I personally always known Umbro, like, even like, I feel like that's got to be within like the construction of the fabric itself. That's when they get like those special patterns in, and they've always been known. I mean, I've always looked for those Umbro jerseys that have like the detailing within, like where you have to kind of get up close to it.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I think it's great. Even with the short shorts, I love the look that the short shorts give. The blue collar, the blue shorts. It's just a very classic, iconic English kit. Unfortunately for this World Cup, the most iconic thing that happened, which actually if you press play, you'll see the next picture, is Gaza crying on the field because he threw a tantrum. But I put this picture as well because this track jacket is so fly that I saw it and I was like, I need to put this on here because if I could get my hands on this track jacket, I'd be so happy.
Old school track jackets, man. Wow, that thing's awesome.
Like, you have random little triangles that really don't make sense, but they do because it's a very 90s design. But I don't know, man. I think that Umbro did a phenomenal job. At number 6, we have the 1974 Dutch kit. I love this kit because of its pure minimalism. There was no sponsor. It was just the black line on the chest on a very orange shirt. Orange is one of those colors that, like, it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work in every instance. But if you're Dutch, it works for you. This shirt is phenomenal, and you have one of the greatest players to ever play the game in it. Also helps its case. But it's just like, orange isn't a color that you think, man, I want to wear that. But with the Dutch jerseys, they're just such a nice color. I don't know why that black and orange works, but it does. Black and orange to me reminds me of Halloween.
Yep.
Not greatness on the field, right? Like, it just looks so great.
It definitely sticks out in terms of jerseys on a pitch. Like, you don't regularly see orange, so
even down to the long sleeves with the black shorts.
Oh, yeah, this
you
is
get
the
no
other
vibe
picture.
from Halloween at all.
Interestingly enough, if you look at this picture, everybody's jersey except for Cruyff's has 3 stripes because he had a contractual agreement where he couldn't have the Adidas 3 stripes in the arm.
Oh yeah,
look
so
at
he's the
his
first
sleeve.
one on.
He has 2.
Coming from the left, he has 2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like one of the first, like, I can't even think of that ever happening now where they would remove a stripe from Adidas on a jersey, but yeah, 2 stripes on his, everybody else has the 3.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
So I wonder, like, because the rest of them, they could mass produce them and print the numbers on the back.
Yeah, he got a special.
He got a special.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I
Johan.
didn't know
Yeah. Imagine how much that jersey doesn't go for now if it's not in
that. The 2 striped ones? Oh
Yeah.
my god, that must go for
Is he wearing
millions.
Nike boots?
Puma, it looks like.
Puma really had clout back then.
Yeah.
That's some
Yeah,
power
man.
there, man.
But back to the jerseys. The fact that these have the stripes and the black shorts, I think it's just like, they could wear the white shorts, they could wear the black shorts. To me, it didn't really matter, but the stripes on the side are just beautiful. I think
Yeah.
this is such a great kit. It just looks so awesome.
Yeah.
But what, you think that there's Halloween vibes on this?
No, I get 0 Halloween vibes from it. It's one of those things that usually a color scheme like that can really, like, I mean, red and white McDonald's, you know, those things that just instantly come out into your mind, and usually you would think that Halloween would be this, but I don't know if it's me being Dutch or, I mean, you guys feel it too, so I think the Dutch can only do orange.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I will say the black shorts way nicer than the white shorts for me.
Yeah. I agree.
Look at that,
It's way more
boy.
imposing.
But just like, look at this.
Ooh, the turtleneck.
A young little cute Johan Cruyff. Like, I will say, I'm not sure if all of these images are from the same World Cup. They do seem a little bit different, so don't.
This one, he has a turtleneck.
But I will say, they wore this very minimalistic kit for quite a few years, so I lumped them together.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, you have Johan Cruyff just looking like a young little model here. Like, he just looks so great. The turtleneck is so classy, very 70s. I don't know. It just works, man. I can't really tell you. It looks like something you might buy today. Like,
Yeah.
one little logo, long sleeve, classy, clean.
A little tight fitting.
Yeah. At number 5, we have the 1986 Argentina kit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every Argentina kit looks exactly the same. There are white stripes and there are light blue stripes. So I could have picked, I don't know, any of these, but for some reason the one that Le Coq Sportif did in 1986 really stood out in my mind. You know, of course, Argentina won that World Cup, so it's another one of those instances where it's like, you know, the winner also being the one I picked. But out of all the World Cup images you can imagine in your head, there's very few that are more iconic than an Argentina kit. You know what I mean? Black shorts, white and blue stripes. It just stands out in your mind as one of these classic World Cup images.
Yeah, I like the big stripes much more than I like kind of smaller striping patterns. Like Coq Sportif, are they out of the business now or what?
I'm not sure. I don't know if they've made any new jerseys in the last
Yeah.
decade.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time they did.
Proof is wrong.
Maradona can really pull that off, though, I'll tell you what.
And the short shorts are back at it again.
Oh, yeah.
The light blue trim adds a nice touch.
Yeah,
Look at the cuffs too. Those are
cuffs
some
are
pretty.
What I
thick
love
cuffs.
is the long sleeve on this is great because the pattern like comes down the sleeve.
Yeah.
So it's not just vertical. They also kind of go out. I don't know, man. Something about this just like,
Look at that.
as a Brazilian, I shouldn't like this jersey. I should fucking hate it and it shouldn't be on my list. But I'm trying to be, you know, more worldly for this show.
All-inclusive.
You know what I mean? All inclusive. I'm not trying to be such a homer here. But I don't know. There's just very few images that really stick out in my mind when I think World Cup that are more iconic than this one.
And
You know what I mean?
the numbering on the shorts, we haven't really got a good picture of it, but that looks awesome too. I like the kind of old retro numbering
The
on
big
shorts
block
like that.
numbers.
Yeah, that's really dope.
Well, one thing that I find interesting about this kit that's different than the other ones is that these shorts shouldn't make sense. Like, this is a white and blue kit and with black shorts. They're not navy shorts. They're not light blue shorts. They are black shorts. And they, in a color sense, they probably shouldn't work, but they do. I don't know. It looks really good.
Yeah.
At number 4, we have the 1978 Peru kit. This, to me, is just so beautiful. This is another one of those things where I'm pretty sure Peru has only ever had one kit design in it. So this one, the red sash across with the badge on the left side, it makes it stand out so much. And it's such a unique design that it just stands out so much. I don't know. I think this works so well.
Are we going to ignore that that's Maureen Fellaini playing in 1978? Does that not look just like him? Is that his
It kind of
dad?
does.
That's when he started growing his hair out.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that Meron Fellaini is immortal, and he just changes countries every few decades.
That is him. No one will change that mind.
Wow.
But in terms of the jersey, that's clean, man. Like, I love the old school Adidas logo.
I was just about to say, like, that's like my favorite Adidas logo they've ever had. Like, the one I currently have on, I mean, it's the 3 stripes, but like, it's the trifold foil. It's just
I don't know. I can't think of many international teams that have a sash like that. So I think that's and the red and white is just like it almost looks like imperial kind of. So I dig that a lot.
Yeah, man. I think that the sash is so iconic to them. It's kind of like blue and white stripes is iconic for Argentina. Peru have the red sash. You know, it just looks so good, man. It just looks so classy. To me, the coolest part about this kit is that Peru just made their first World Cup since the 1978 World Cup, so 36 years. I don't know how to do math, whatever. It's been 36 years since Peru have been in the World Cup, and for their first foray back into it, they took the very classic design, again with Umbro being very classy, and it's the same similar design. They actually updated their crest and put the red sash back on there because there's nothing more iconic for Peru than this kit.
They definitely downsized the logo for sure.
Yeah, not as bold, but
missing
cool.
the 3 stripes. That would have definitely tied it in together. But that Umbro diamond is always really dope.
You know what I do like? This is different. The number, where the number is placed on the jersey, as opposed to other places, like underneath the crest on the opposite side and not the center.
Right.
Ooh. That is pretty cool.
And then on top of the shorts, not the bottom of the shorts.
That's really cool.
Right, because usually you might see the number over here on the opposite side of the logo, but they put it a little bit higher. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I think Peru have one of the nicest kits for this World Cup, and I really hope they do well. At number 3, we find the only entry from this year's World Cup on this list, and honestly, there was only one. This kit was gonna make it on this list one way, shape, or another. It's the 2018 Nigeria away kit. This jersey, we've talked about it in our podcast, we've talked about it in other instances. It is one of the sexiest, best looking kits that has ever been made, ever. And I really wanted to put it higher than number 3, but like, from a moral standpoint, I couldn't. There have been more iconic and better kits than this one, so I really, really couldn't, I guess. But in terms of straight up fashion, this one to me is the one that, like, it's such a great modern kit. I love the fact that it took inspiration from the 1994 Nigeria kit, but it turned it into something so wholly unique in 2018 that I love it, man. The chevron kind of pattern that repeats itself in both white and green and black on the sleeves, and it's just so cool. I could sit here and put praise on this for hours.
Yeah, it's so crazy, but it's a crazy that really works, which I really like. Oh, like it's
so crazy to the point that this sold out in 3 hours.
No, it sold out in 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah,
I thought it was 3 hours.
Yeah. No.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow, and isn't it like one of the top grossing jersey sales, I think, in history now?
Yeah. Dude, they sold 3 million kits in 3 minutes. Like, that's insane.
Ooh, like the whole collection
and then
is
pausing
crazy.
here, I put this in here because on top of the jersey, Nike pulled out all the stops and put in warm-ups and warm-up jackets and jumpsuits and everything about this whole collection. Just so nice.
Yeah. Nah,
Is everything sold out?
It might be, but I know that the jersey itself sold out. I'm assuming you might be able to still find some of these warm-ups.
Those pants are tight, those floral pants.
Have you seen the floral jumpsuit? It has a jacket that follows. It's so nice, man.
Dang.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is crazy. I hope that this is kind of a stepping stone for companies to take more initiative and be wild and just come out with crazy patterns, because it's shown that it's worked, and this is iconic for sure.
Just went down in the history books.
At number 2, we have the 1986 Brazil kit. So again, this is another one of those instances where Brazil have had basically one kit throughout their existence. I picked the 1986 one because I don't know why it just stuck out in my mind. It's very old school 80s, it has the collar. It's actually the manufacturer's topper, so it's a Brazilian company who did it, and you have the old school Brazil crest, which is not the same. Like you can see here, like it's definitely not the same. It's very old school, but it just works, man. Socrates here looks so great in this kit. I probably could have picked a few other ones. Like another one that stands out to mind is like the 2002 one, but it was a little too geometric for me. I could have picked, the 94 one, which had like the crest kind of emblazoned on the front. But this one to me is just very, very classic in terms of the 80s. Unfortunately, this is a Brazil team that everybody talks about as the best Brazil team to have never won a World Cup. They had players like Zico and Socrates and all these phenomenal players that just couldn't get it together. And so it's a shame that they didn't win, but hey, they won number 2 on my list.
that V-neck / collar combo is out of this world, I will tell you. Like, it does not seem like it should exist.
No, you're right. The V-neck with the collar, it shouldn't work ever. Like, that shouldn't be a thing that anybody puts on any shirt. But it works, man.
It's
I don't
such
know.
a deep V too. That's the thing. It's like not just a baby V-neck.
No,
it's like
deep.
a grown man V-neck, like a chest hair V-neck.
You got to put your chest hair out there to let them know you're a man. You know what I mean?
And the blue shorts.
Yeah, the blue shorts just complete it, right? And there you have Zico. Like, I don't know, man. Something about this kit just stands out to me so much in comparison to other ones.
And even the white and the green on the socks, very, very put together.
Like the old school Peru jersey, I dig the really big crest.
Yeah.
Like, I think it on a plain jersey with not too much, like in terms of like geometric designs, it really works.
Kind of like the Netherlands one where you
Yeah.
have that
Yeah, the
huge
Netherlands one as well.
lion,
Yeah.
but it's just like it's on a minimalistic jersey, so it's like, here you go.
Yeah, I dig that a lot.
Definitely. I mean, the idea behind this is just like, you look at a yellow top in a World Cup, you know it's going to be Brazil. You know what I mean? There's very few iconic images like the yellow and green kit for Brazil.
I think of Australia.
Of course, ruin it. Ruin it for us, dude.
So at number 1, before I say this, disclaimer. I know I'm a Brazilian. I'm wearing a Brazil kit. There's a Brazil flag behind me. I get it. We should not be speaking about Germany in any uncertain terms. I was told that I shouldn't include Germany in any of our videos, at least until after the World Cup, but I can't do that for you, YouTube. I have to be impartial. And there are very few kits. Actually, there are 0 kits more iconic in my mind or better than the 1990 West Germany kit. Of course, it's Germany, so I'm very anti-Germany at the moment, but if I were to remove myself from it and just look at it from a style standpoint, this kit has just, it works on so many different levels. It's so 90s, it's geometric, it has the iconic German flag on it. It has spawned so many other designs inspired by it that it became very iconic, you know? This one in particular. Whereas if you were to look at the Brazil jersey overall, the overall yellow shirt is really nice, and if you were to look at like the overall Argentina kits, they're all very similar. This one is a kit that stands out, but still happens to be a classic. And so that's kind of why I put it at number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to admit too, but it's a clean jersey, man.
Yeah, those 3 stripes.
Yeah, the pattern is just so crazy. Again, it's like just the crazy patterns that kind of catch you off guard. Same thing with the Nigeria kit, and they just really strike an image. So it's hard to forget them.
Man, I don't know. I hate to say it, but it's clean. It
Yeah,
looks so iconically 90s, and you know what? Like, style is cyclical. So whereas 10 years ago we thought everything in the 90s was ugly as hell, today in 2018 they're recycling a lot of the 90s kits. If you look at any Adidas kit from the 2018 World Cup, they're all basically iterations of prior World Cup jerseys, especially the Germany kit. The Germany white home kit is inspired by this kit. It's the exact same thing, except instead of it being black, red, and yellow, it's just black and white. So, you know, all of these things just kind of, they're cyclical, and it just, I don't know. I think that this year we think this looks really cool, but maybe in 5 years we think everything that was made this year sucks. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd be cool with mullets coming back too.
Yeah, look at that.
Rudy Voller's mullet is,
Wow.
I'm all about
That's
it, man.
iconic in itself.
Oh, yeah.
With the stash combo, like, wow.
So I know style is cyclical, but mullets definitely need to come back, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just something that we got to do.
Hairstyles aren't as cyclical, but let's get it going.
I mean, we have man buns in middle of the 2010s. Why don't?
Yeah.
It's only a few steps away from a mullet.
That's right.
I feel like there's very few like 90s images than like that one. Like that is like, this is the
He
90s
just needed to
kid.
be smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On the sideline, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. Another awesome episode of the Trebl Top 10. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Did we miss out a couple of the kits that you think should have been on here? Were my picks so terrible? Please let me know. Put them in the comments and we can talk about it.
See you later, guys.
Adios, cantamanos.
We'll catch you next week for another World Cup centric episode.